Wow, did I get a lot of questions. And I mean, goddamn, I got a lot of questions. I decided that if someone asks more than one question on the same comment, I'm actually going to be reading through them individually. So that means if you have more than one question, I'll answer your first question and then I'll move on to the next question that you have. You know, just so things don't get too confusing. But no more delays. Let us begin. Banabal Paco asks, can you put the Styx movie on IMDb? I honestly have no idea how to get any of my stuff onto IMDb. If it was one series I'd have to choose, it would definitely be Styx, but the thing is, I don't exactly know how to actually get it on there. I know Nick Figures did the same thing with The Adventures of Nick, but to be honest, this seems a little bit too difficult for me. JH Plush Vids asked 5 questions. His first question is, what do you think of the latest trailer for the next episode of Gravity Falls? Okay, dude, I know you're a big fan of Gravity Falls, but can you please stop asking me questions about the show? I mean, I love the show as well, but damn, most of your questions seem to be revolved around it. But to answer your question, I haven't actually seen the trailer yet, and to be honest, I really don't want to spoil anything yet. His second question was, what do you think of The Force Awakens? Personally, I really like that movie. I know there's people that say, oh, I don't like it because it's not as good as the originals. Well, you know what? Compared to the prequels, it's a lot better. I say the only issue I have is that it borrows a lot of concepts from episode 4, but aside from that, though, it's got a lot of really unique ideas for it, and I definitely can't wait to see episode 8. What was your opinion on FNAF World? In my opinion, I did not like FNAF World. Not just because it was too childish or anything. I wouldn't mind if they did a FNAF game based around RPGs, but come on, dude, this is just way too stupid. And I know that Scott Cawthon removed the game from Steam and hoping to make it even better, and if it is, maybe I'll give a much better opinion on it, but as for now, the version I still have is pretty crap. Have you played Undertale? And if you haven't, could you do a Let's Play of it? Okay, to be very honest, I have not played Undertale. In fact, I've never even heard about it, so I can't exactly know if I'm going to do a Let's Play of it. And what's the one thing you will never ever tackle? To be perfectly honest, the only thing I won't be tackling is live action movies. Why? Well, because animation seems to have more of an interest to me than live action movies, and a lot of them I've seen are pretty bad. Nick Figures had a question. He asks, do you ever drop down and do like Penguin? What the fuck? Mari M asks, do you have an expected release date for the Styx movie? Personally, I don't have an official release date for the Styx movie, although, to be very honest, I am hoping to get it done by June or July, so that kind of gives you guys an idea of what the movie could actually be released. Grant Scarborough had 4 questions. His first question is, what's your opinion on Honey Pop, Wildcats, Ben 10, RWBY, Team Fortress 2, and The Force Awakens? I haven't seen any of those other shows or movies except for The Force Awakens, and I've already given my opinion on it. His second question is, will you return to reviewing SML videos if Logan apologizes to you for insulting you about what I said about the drone? I don't know if I'm going to return to doing SML reviews, unless people want me to do more reviews, which I probably might do at some point. But even if Logan does apologize, I'm still not so sure if I'm going to review anything. Not just because of fanboys, but because sometimes you just gotta move on. His third question is, which is worse? Trash God from Dick Figures, The Drone, Happy Tree Friends, Bowser Jr.'s Happy Meal, or Racist Mario? Honestly, for me, the worst I've seen out of those 5 is Happy Tree Friends, and I've already done an entire rant on it if you want to check it out. And his final question is, what is your favorite and least favorite SML video of 2016 and why? My favorite SML video this year is Mario's Total Problem, just because it has a very funny backstory revolving Mario, and I really like when Mario turns into Fire Mario. Black Yoshi also gets a lot of really funny moments in the video as well. My least favorite SML this video will probably have to be Cool Cody, and like I said, it's not bad, it's just nothing special. In fact, that's kind of how it's turning out for SML right now. 2016 is so far turning out to be an average year for SML. It's a lot better than 2015. I don't know if it'll be as good as 2014, but yes, I just said it. 2014 was a good year for SML. Can you stop complaining now, SML fanboys? Daniel Luttrell has 3 questions. His first question is, out of all the series you've created, which one's your favorite? Personally, for me, the best series I like to work on is Styx. Not because it's my favorite series, or because it's the best series I've ever made, but it's the one I have the most fun making. His second question is, do you prefer Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network? It's a very tough decision. I know people would probably say I love Cartoon Network because most of its newer shows are really good, but let's not forget that Nickelodeon had the original Nicktoons, and so many of them were great. Honestly, it's kind of a tough decision. I think I'm gonna have to go with Cartoon Network, since most of the newer cartoons have such big fan bases, and most of Nickelodeon's cartoons and shows just don't. And his third question is, what is your most anticipated animated movie of 2016? For me, it's probably either Finding Dory or Ratchet and Clank. I've played Ratchet and Clank too many times, and I can say I'm definitely excited for the movie, although seeing a sequel to Finding Dory is promising. Some silly channel has 3 questions. His first question is, what do you think about Undertale? Okay, for the last time, I have not heard about Undertale, and I haven't even played it. Do you know how many questions I've gotten about Undertale on my Q&A video? 4 fucking questions. Look guys, I haven't played it yet, and I'm still very annoyed that I'm getting so many questions about it. I hope this finally answers the question for you. Is there a price on the Styx movie? No, there's not. The Styx movie is going to be available for free, and the main reason is it really didn't cost any money to make the Styx movie at all. And his third question is Super Mario Logan still dead to you? No, he's really not. I know a lot of people keep saying I'm a hater of SML, blah 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 blah, but to be honest, if you really want me to prove just how much I actually kinda like SML's channel, here's proof. His old videos were great. 2014 was a good year, while 2015 wasn't a very good year, and 2016 is actually starting out pretty nicely, only if it doesn't get boarded down with a bunch of bad videos, kinda like 2015. What editing software for Stix do you use? Sony Vegas Pro. Hi, I am planning on making an animation soon. Could you give me some tips on how to make it nice? Well, first of all, if you're gonna do an animation, the best thing you should do is pick the right animation software to use. I mostly use Flash, but depending on the type of program you use, you might want to look up some more of them. I don't mind if you do slideshow cartoons, kind of like what I did with Stix before, just as long as you don't make it look very noticeable. Nick the Echidna has 5 questions for me. His first question, out of seasons 1 through 8, which SpongeBob season would you consider the worst? For me, it's going to be season 8. While season 6 did have a lot of bad episodes and season 7 had worst episodes, I think season 8 just had the absolute worst content. And I know season 7 is noticeable for being the worst season since it has most of the worst episodes, but season 8 just had so many bad episodes, and a lot of them are some of the worst episodes I've ever seen. His second question is, could you maybe try and do a Let's Tackle on a live action film? As I said before, the answer is no. I guess it's simply because animation kind of entertains me a little more. Have you played any of the Star Fox games? No, I haven't. Sorry, buddy. Who's your favorite Sonic character? Honestly, I think it's gonna have to be Shadow, mostly because he has a very dark backstory, and his story is a lot more entertaining than anything else that Sonic has ever had. Do you like Star Wars? Yes, I love Star Wars. I don't like the prequels, but I do love the originals, and as I said before, The Force Awakens was a really good movie as well. What's your favorite Yoshi game? My favorite Yoshi game is Yoshi's Island, the original on the SNES. I was also going to consider Yoshi's Woolly World, but in terms of nostalgia, Yoshi's Island definitely fits into that category. What are your thoughts on Kingdom Hearts? Personally, I really like the Kingdom Hearts games. I haven't played all of them to be fair, as the ones I have played the most are the first and the second one, and I do hear Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, whenever the developers try to actually announce it. What is your favorite video game console? My favorite video game console is the Wii. I know a lot of people are probably going to get pissed off, but the Wii was a console I grew up with when I was a child. And I also had other consoles like the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 1, and those are definitely my favorites as well. What do you think of Eddsworld? Apparently to say, I have never seen Eddsworld. I have heard of the ASDF movies, but I've never seen Eddsworld. I don't know why, I guess I just haven't seen the appeal behind it. Caden B has 5 questions for me. His first question is, what's your favorite and least favorite character from SML? My favorite SML character is actually now Black Yoshi. My least favorite is no longer Bowser Jr., but instead Peach. Reasons why? You'll see soon. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is red. What is your least favorite color? I don't have a least favorite color. Do you still like dick figures? Yes, I do. I don't love it as much as Batman and Spider-Man, and honestly I have a Let's Tackle for that at some point, but compared to everything else that Mondo has, it definitely stands out. Do you like Frozen? No, I don't. I actually did a review of it last year, and if you want to check it out, there'll be a link in the description. Please check it out if you wish. Who is your favorite female character in Dick Figures? My favorite character in Dick Figures, female, is Stacy. I would have said Pink, but to be honest, there's a lot of things about her that really bother me. Stacy's just a very fun character, and on top of that, she's actually my 3rd favorite Dick Figures character ever. Wacky Workshop has 4 questions. Let's get right to it. What is your least favorite episode of a show you like? There's Regular Show. My least favorite episode of that show is Do Me a Solid. I might explain reasons for that in another video. Who is your least favorite Mario character? It's definitely gonna be Baby Mario, simply because he doesn't do absolute jack shit. Even Peach does stuff, like, Super Mario 3D World. What are your thoughts on We Bare Bears? I really like that show, and I do think it stands out from most of the other cartoons that Cartoon Network has. What are your thoughts on the Fairly Oddparents? I haven't seen the show enough to give an honest opinion on it, but from the episodes I have seen, it looks to be a pretty good Nicktoon. Although I do hear the newest seasons kinda suck, so that's kinda partly the reason why I don't watch the show very often. Super Mario Kart TM has 5 questions. Let's go it. Do you have a release date for the Styx movie? No, I don't, though as I said before, I am planning to get it done by June or July. Could you make Jacob and Larry watch my channel? I'm not so sure about that. Will you ever do 5 nights at the toy show? Not exactly sure how that will work, but I don't know. Will you ever watch my channel and make a Let's Tackle about it? Okay, stop. You have asked me this question so many times. I want to make a new rule here. If you ask me the same question over and over again to review anything, even if it's your YouTube channel, I will have less and less interest in reviewing it. And because you've asked me 100 times, I've gotten less and less interest in actually watching your channel. So sorry about that. When is The Adventures of Stix coming out? We're not sure yet. It kinda depends on when Nick Figures can actually get the video done. All I do is just send images and the voices, and I even had to send a video clip for him once. So I'm not sure when exactly it's going to come out. I guess I'll just get the word from Nick Figures himself. What is your favorite web show? Batman and Spider-Man. Since you're a big fan of the Mario series, what is your favorite Mario game? Reasons I'll soon be explaining in an upcoming top 10 Mario games video. The mysterious Farhan Khan has, holy shit, 10 questions. Alright, no time to delay. This will be my last question. Let's get right to it. Opinions on the Angry Grandpa show and why? I haven't seen the Angry Grandpa show, so I can't really answer that. Since Breadwinners is your least favorite animated show of all time, could you try ranting on it? I've changed my mind. Breadwinners is not my least favorite animated series. I still can't decide what it is yet. I'm probably gonna have to go with the Problem Solvers, since it's so eye-straining, and despite the fact that Breadwinners is actually animated a lot better than that show, even though I still can't understand what the fuck the two main protagonists are supposed to be, I might do a rant on it at some point. Opinions on Fanboy and Chum Chum. I absolutely loathe that show. It's actually one of the worst Nicktoons I've ever seen, and it's one of the biggest mistakes Nickelodeon has ever made. Actually, did I say that Breadwinners was my least favorite Nicktoon? You know what? Screw that. Fanboy and Chum Chum was my least favorite. At least Breadwinners had at least one episode or two that I actually kind of enjoyed. Fanboy and Chum Chum just has pretty much fucking nothing. Opinions on the Tom and Jerry show that came out in 2014. I haven't seen it enough to give it a full opinion on it, so I'm not exactly sure what to say about it yet. What's your favorite show on Cartoon Network and why? My favorite Cartoon Network show is Steven Universe. Yes, I've watched a lot more episodes of that show and I can say it's definitely very, very charming, and I love it more than both regular show and We Bare Bears. Are you going to check out the Dick Figures sequel when it comes out? I'm not even sure if there is going to be a Dick Figures sequel. I mean, we've heard rumors about it, yeah, but do you think maybe it might not actually happen? How is it even going to happen? We haven't heard news about it ever since. What's your favorite animated show and why? I personally don't have a favorite animated show. It'd be a mix between Steven Universe and Gravity Falls, but you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Gravity Falls. Dick Figures or Minions? Definitely Dick Figures. Dick Figures at least has some kind of charm to it, while instead Minions just annoys the fuck out of me. Opinions on the Mysterious Mr. Enter, Ben 10, Looney Tunes, and Jeremy Johns. I have seen Mysterious Mr. Enter, and I have to say that although he's not really more focused on making his reviews funny, he definitely does get a lot of good points across. Not the best reviewer I've seen, but hey, higher than most of the other ones I've seen. As for those other three, I haven't seen them. Well, except for Looney Tunes. I actually kinda like Looney Tunes. A little bit. I don't know. I haven't seen enough about it. What's your favorite SpongeBob season and why? My favorite season is season 2, not just because of Band Geeks, but because it has some of the best episodes I've ever seen. And may I remind you guys that season 2 was just the best season. And that's all the questions I can answer. Thank you all so much for submitting all of your questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you saw, be sure to give it a like and be sure to subscribe if you love my content. Thanks for watching. Take care, Yoshi players.